What up, y'all? This is Sir Cruz, another video today. Quick, straight to the point, I ain't gonna waste no time. How do you get wider waves with coarse hair? Now, it depends on this. You have to brush your hair when it's damp. You can't stretch your curl You cannot stretch your curl to its maximum capacity unless your hair is damp or wet. You can't stretch it when it's dry. See what I'm saying? So your hair has to be damp first. And then you can either depend on a pomade or a moisturizer. One of the two. But either way it go, when you can't stretch a coarse hair wave, it's only so far your curl will stretch. So it's kind of like you kind of in the, you can't really do too much about that. But you can make them a little wider. You can't make them wider. You know what I'm saying? You never seen a real coarse hair waver with wide waves. So it's like you got to add it up. You got to add two and two together, and you see what I'm talking about. But like I said, your hair has to be damp in order to stretch it out as much as possible. So how often should you comb? I mean, it depends on your pattern. It depends on where you are with your pattern, and it depends on the progress. It depends on where you are with your pattern, basically. Because if you just have ripples, you really shouldn't be combing yet until your pattern is set with forks. It's a difference between a pattern set with forks and just ripples coming in. So it's a difference. You shouldn't comb when ripples coming in. You should comb when you have a set pattern with forks you're trying to get rid of. Now, how long should you comb? I would say comb half the amount of time you brush. So if you brush, let's say you brush for an hour, 20 minutes on each side. Brush for 30 minutes. Comb for 30 minutes. That's what I do. I don't comb as much as I brush. You know, some days I have where, like how I'm wolfing hard now, I comb a complete day, and then the next day I just brush. So I kind of alternate sometimes. I do like two day combing routines, and then I do 2-day brushing routines. I go 2 days without combing, and then I go 2 days without brushing. So that's just how I do it. Against the grain versus with the grain. ATG versus WTG. Will the against the grain cut my waves out? It depends, once again. It depends on, is your pattern set? Do you just have ripples? Do you have a set pattern with forks? If you have a set pattern with forks, and against the grain cut will not get rid of your waves. So this is the thing. But then it also depends on this. It depends on your hair texture. Because if you have a finer, looser texture, and you go against the grain too low, you will cut your progress out. I don't care how deep your waves are. If you have deep waves, you can only cut as low as a 2, but you do a 1.5 against the grain, you're gonna cut your weight. You're gonna cut your waves out if you go 1.5 against the grain. I don't care how deep your waves are. So you see what I'm saying? That's the thing. So like I said, but if your pattern is set, you good. You can go against the grain. Just don't go as low. Don't go too low to where you know your hair won't curl up. That's what I'm saying. Number 4, I've been wolfing for 8 weeks and I just got a cut. How long should I go before I wash it so I won't wash away progress? I would say go at least 2 weeks without washing your hair, because you have to let your hair get used to being like that. However low you cut it, and you just wolf to attain progress, you have to let your hair get used to that mold. So if you cut it with a 2, you've been wolfing for 8 weeks, I would say don't wash it until 2 to 2.5 weeks. That's just me, because it depends on your texture. Once again, a lot of this stuff depends on hair texture. You have to figure out, you have to know your hair texture, and you have to know your hair. So if you have coarse hair, your hair is like, it's gonna curl up quick, versus somebody like me. If I wolf for 8 weeks and I cut my hair with a 2, I cannot wash my hair the same day, because I'm gonna lose progress. My hair too soft, and my hair, it's easy for my curls to stretch out. So That's just me. Number 5, do you have coarse or straight hair? Neither. It's impossible for me to have straight hair, because if I had straight hair, I wouldn't have waves. Waves are laid down curls. Now, I don't have coarse hair at all, but I will let you decide what type of hair texture I have. So let me take my Suregs off. 14, almost 15 weeks woofing. So, you know, I will let you decide what type of hair texture I have. Now, I just did a little treatment. I have it sitting on my hair. It's been sitting on my hair for an hour. So, I ain't gonna say what I did, but I'm gonna just say that for another video. I got, all I'm gonna tell you is what I put in there. I put the Shea Moisture, I cannot think of the name of it. It's this castor oil leave-in conditioner, and I put honey in my hair. So not sure how it's looking right now, but let me get in the mirror and see. So yeah, this is what it's looking like right now. Cannot wait to cut this wolf. I swear I cannot wait. I love my thick hair, but it's been long overdue. So May 1st is going off. It gotta go. So Sir Cruz, follow me on Instagram, Real Sir Cruz, and comment below any questions. But you have to watch the videos in the past. Go to my channel, because most likely I've answered the questions. If I've been doing this over 5 years, I had to answer all the questions. There's no way. So you have to go back and watch. It's free. It's free just for you. You know, it's people that got tutorials out here and they charge people. DVDs and all that. It's free. So all you gotta do is go look. It ain't like I'm charging nobody, you know. So all you gotta do is look, like I said. And if y'all got any questions, and comment in the section down below, and talk to different people and ask. You know, if you see somebody asking a question, answer it for them, and just talk to each other. You know, interact and help each other. So it's all about helping each other at the end of the day. So